The most mysterious medieval relics hide creatures that once terrified kingdoms. From dragon-scaled armor to a unicorn-etched chalice, each piece rewrites what we thought we knew, and number one is something almost nobody guesses. Unearthed from a 12th century burial mound, the dragon-scale armor piece challenges modern assumptions about medieval warfare. Scholars believe the shimmering plates were forged to emulate the impenetrable hide of a dragon, a creature that dominated folklore across Europe. The armor's overlapping iron scales, each etched with a stylized dragon head, were not merely decorative, they were intended to intimidate foes who thought the wearer possessed the beast's legendary protection. Contemporary chronicles describe knights who wore similar armor as dragonborn, suggesting a psychological edge on the battlefield. While the exact origin of the piece remains debated, carbon dating places it around 1150 CE, making it one of the earliest known examples of myth-inspired combat gear. Today, the fragment resides in a regional museum, where visitors can glimpse the intersection of myth and metalwork, reminding us how legends shaped even the most practical aspects of medieval life.
Carved into the nave wall of a 13th century cathedral, the Griffin stone relief showcases a fierce half-lion, half-eagle guardian watching over worshippers. Art historians note the meticulous detail, each feather and manet rendered in high relief, suggesting a mastery of both theological symbolism and local legend. The griffin, often seen as a protector of treasure, may have been intended to ward off spiritual danger as well as physical thieves. Contemporary records hint that the cathedral's patron commissioned the piece after a nearby village reported sightings of a massive bird-like beast, blending civic pride with ecclesiastical authority. Although some scholars argue the relief reflects imported iconography from the Crusades, the stylistic elements align with regional Romanesque trends. The relief remains in situ, inviting visitors to contemplate how a single stone figure could embody both divine guardianship and the lingering fear of the unknown.
Legendary in both form and function, the Unicorn Chalice was crafted for a royal banquet in the late 14th century, its golden body adorned with a single spiraling horn and delicate filigree. Court records describe the chalice as a symbol of purity, echoing the unicorn's reputation as an untamable creature that could only be approached by a virgin. The piece's interior was lined with silver, preventing the wine from reacting with the gold, a practical detail that underscores the artisan's technical skill. While the exact patron remains unidentified, some historians suggest it belonged to a queen known for her devotion to chivalric ideals, using the chalice to reinforce her image as a moral beacon. The chalice survived the Reformation largely intact, later entering a private collection before being donated to a museum, where it continues to spark debate over the intertwining of myth, politics, and material culture.
Few people know that a 9th century illuminated manuscript contains one of the earliest European depictions of a sea serpent winding through a stormy ocean. The vellum page, part of a liturgical codex, shows the creature with a coiled body and a gaping maw, its scales rendered in vivid lapis pigment. Scholars argue the image reflects Norse sagas that had begun to mingle with Christian iconography, suggesting a cultural exchange along trade routes. The surrounding text narrates a saint's miraculous calming of the seas, using the serpent as a visual metaphor for chaos subdued by faith. Although the manuscript's provenance is partially obscure, carbon analysis places its creation around 820 CE, making it a valuable witness to early medieval myth transmission. Today, the page is displayed behind protective glass, offering a glimpse into how artists merge sacred narrative with the terrifying allure of legendary sea monsters.
Hidden within the Great Hall of a 15th century manor, the Phoenix Tapestry weaves a story of rebirth that resonated with a family that survived a devastating fire. The massive woven panel depicts a fiery bird rising from ashes, its plumage rendered in brilliant reds and golds using dyed wool that has remarkably retained its hue. Contemporary inventories praise the tapestry for both its artistic brilliance and its symbolic reassurance to the household. While some experts attribute the design to a Flemish workshop, others note local motifs that suggest a collaboration between traveling weavers and resident artisans. The tapestry's dimensions, over 12 feet wide, required a coordinated effort, underscoring the importance of mythic imagery in asserting resilience and continuity. Preserved in a climate-controlled gallery, the piece continues to inspire viewers with its timeless message of renewal amid adversity.
Depicted on a delicate ivory comb is a mermaid whose tail curls around the handle, an object that once graced the hair of a 13th century duchess. The carving's fine lines capture the creature's flowing hair and shimmering scales, suggesting an appreciation for maritime folklore that flourished along coastal courts. Historical letters reference the comb as a gift from the sea, implying it may have been a trade item brought inland by merchants. While some scholars argue the mermaid symbolizes fertility, others contend it served as a subtle reminder of the Dutch's naval power. Radiocarbon dating places the ivory's origin around 1250 CE, aligning with a period of increased artistic exchange between Mediterranean and Northern European workshops. Today, the comb is displayed alongside other courtly accessories, offering insight into how mythic figures were woven into daily grooming rituals.
Around the turn of the 14th century, a polished hunting horn emerged from the armory of a German knight, its curved metal body engraved with a centaur drawing its bow. The motif blends the wildness of the forest with the disciplined art of the hunt, reflecting a cultural fascination with half-human, half-beast figures that embodied both strength and untamed nature. Contemporary hunting manuals reference the horn as the voice of the forest's guardian, suggesting it was used in ceremonial hunts to invoke the centaur's favor. Although the exact maker remains unknown, the style of the engraving matches other works from a workshop in Nuremberg, renowned for intricate metalwork. The horn survived the Reformation, later entering a private collection before being donated to a museum where it now demonstrates how myth could amplify the prestige of martial equipment.
Intricate and intimidating, the Hydra Shield features a central boss surrounded by 3 snarling heads, each breathing imagined flame. Crafted in the late 12th century for a crusader order, the shield's design was intended to evoke the multi-headed beast slain by Hercules, symbolizing the bearer's triumph over overwhelming odds. Contemporary chronicles praise the shield's ability to demoralize opponents, noting that enemy soldiers fled as if confronting a living monster. While metallurgical analysis confirms the use of tempered steel typical of the period, the exact origins of the Hydra motif are debated. Some argue it reflects Byzantine influence, others see a local adaptation of classical mythology. The shield remains largely intact, its patina offering a tangible link to a time when battlefield psychology intertwined with legendary storytelling.
We've traveled from the shimmering dragon scale armor of the 12th century to the imposing Sphinx bronze door that guarded a castle entrance, witnessing how myth breathed life into medieval craftsmanship. These artifacts remind us that legends were not just stories but powerful symbols that shaped identity, power, and artistry. Subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive, new mind-blowing lists every week. Which piece fascinated you most, and why? Drop your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed the journey, give this video a like. Thanks for watching.